So I wanted to sit down and talk about depression. There was a few people that have messaged me since my last video, the one that said act how you want to feel. And a lot of people were like, oh, I wish I had your positive outlook, and oh, you're so inspiring. And then a few people talked about depression and told me their stories. And I felt like I needed to put myself out there and be a little vulnerable, because the reason why I'm so inspired by self-help is because I have to practice that every single day to battle my depression, because I'm unmedicated, clinically depressed. And that was a choice that I made. I feel like people, if you need medicine, please take it. Me personally, it doesn't align with how I feel. I tried it and it did not fit me very well. So instead I have to do the daily work, like the daily practice, or else this happens. I take a lot of notes. Anytime I'm listening to a podcast, like each one of these is filled with notes. It's not quite a journal, but this is like my little Bible of reminders of how to be happy, how to be grateful, how to overcome things that I'm dealing with. But this page is super vulnerable, but I think it might help someone. So this is like the intimate details of my life. So on June 22nd was my last bout of depression, and this is the turning point. So I was driving down to see Randall, and that is like an 8-hour drive for me. And I don't know what triggered it really, just a whole bunch of things. And halfway through my drive, I hit rock bottom, and I had to pull over, and I called a suicide hotline on myself because I wanted to drive my car off a cliff. I didn't want to exist anymore. I couldn't stop crying. I just was in the worst downward spiral, and I had hit the bottom, the breaking point. And I called all the resources that I had, except for my family, because I didn't want to worry them, and that I probably should have called my family, but I did not. When I got to about that, I got off the phone with the prevention hotline, and she gave me a few tools, and she asked me to go to a hospital, but I was nowhere near a hospital, so I had to keep driving. But what I did do was try to snap myself out of it, because I don't like to feel like that, and it's such a desperation. But I'm the only one that can change my attitude. And so I did my normal thing where I try to focus on something pretty, and the sun was setting, so in the rearview mirror every once in a while I'd look up and I'd see the pretty colors. And then I pulled into a rest stop, and there happened to be like a rose bush in bloom, so I picked one of the flowers, which I normally don't pick flowers because I want to leave them for other people, but I took that rose and I put it in the where my front windshield met my dashboard, and I shoved it down in the vents and turned my air on. So not only was I smelling the flowers, I was seeing this beautiful bright rose and looking at the sunset. And I was playing music that was very conducive to like a brighter, I was trying to get myself to not be that way. But when I got to the hotel, I was like, what do I need to do? I need to eat well. I need to drink water. I need to go for a walk. And I wrote myself this little note, because normally I write Randall. He's like my outlet. Because I don't like to write in a journal, but I like to write it to someone, because then I feel like I'm connecting with someone. But this time I said on June 22nd, so I decided to write myself instead of Randall. Writing my feelings down was a great tool to work through my deep issues, and having them documented might help someone else later. I'm stuck at the bottom of a depressive state. This was caused by me making the decision to tell Randall the truth about some of my past. I believe my guilt has taken over, and I can't stop hating myself and self-punishing. I want to eat shit food, sleep all day, not talk to people. I want to stop working. And daily, I commit suicide in my head as an escape from my own hell. I'm low all day long, and my other emotion is anger. I don't have a sex drive, and things that usually bring me joy go unnoticed. My skin is broken out and dull, and my neck and head aches far worse than normal. The anxiety I feel 24/7 is making me feel crazy, and I am so sad. I have it in my head that Randall hates me, and he puts me down with everything that he says. He says that that is not true, and that he seems to bring up my mistakes every day. I thought he was bringing up mistakes every day, but he just wanted to talk through our little fight that we were having, which couples fight all the time. It's totally normal, but for some reason my head made it so every time that he was like, hey Beck, can we talk? I was like, stop it. I couldn't deal with it because I was not in a place that I could rationalize that he was just trying to work through an issue. I wrote, I can't seem to be able to comply to a simple task, which was, can I please be his rational wife who is loving and talks to him? I'm acknowledging that I have the power to change my perspective. I have the tools. I am capable. I am not stuck, is what I wrote. So then I wrote the things that were overwhelming me this month, which was the salon window. I had a $4,000 budget. I got an $8,000 bill. That was everything I had worked for. I had no money left. I had to clean up the mess, the paint, and finish the job because I couldn't afford for it to get finished. I had a state interview, and they came and went through my house to make sure it was conducive to what my goals were. I hadn't gone out in nature in quite a few weeks. I went across the country to go visit my best friends, and I ate shit food every single day. I drank every single day. I didn't work out. I didn't write my daily gratitudes on these papers. I felt like I was falling behind in school. I had the community service to complete. I had a new puppy, so I was not getting enough sleep. I was trying to balance my friendships. I was at the chiropractor. I was doing some self-care, but with that self-care came, I had to admit something. And my neck injury was inflicted on me by a man of my past, and I had to stare at an x-ray and know that this man who I loved hurt me, and I had to get past that. I had to, the pain that I was feeling was real, and there was proof in my hand. And then I have a chiropractor saying, Rebecca, you need to pay to feel better. And she asked me how committed to my own health I was, and at that point I'm like, I can only be as committed as my finances allow, and I have to pay for this window. And I wasn't going to the gym. So that's this page. On the flip side, mind you, I'm in a super depression, but I am still trying to work through it myself. I'm not just sitting there. I always want to feel better. So on the flip side, I wrote, what am I going to do about it? First thing, slow the fuck down. 1 minute at a time, because even the next hour was overwhelming to me. So I took it minute by minute. Make better eating choices. Schedule time for nature this weekend. Kindly say no to any client to get my power back. They don't care as much as I think they do, because I'm a people pleaser. I'm a yes man. I'm like, Rebecca, can you do this real quick? Yes, even though I'm overwhelmed. Please don't stop, because I love my clients, and now I have learned to say no. My mental health is more important. The next thing I was going to do was, my house is clean enough. Just do what I can until the investigation is over. Go to the gym or take a walk 3 times a week. View it as therapy and prioritize it, because I was dreading it. If you stop the momentum of going to the gym, it is hard to go back. I wrote, school does not have to be done today. Chip away at it. It is flexible. That's why you picked online schooling. Just breathe. The next one was, the salon window will be done very soon. You paid for it, so enjoy it. See the beauty in it. Choose happy. You are so much stronger than your darkest thoughts. Put up a wall of calm and good energy behind you to stabilize you, instead of a wall of avoidance and protection in front of you. And I want to explain that one in a different video. Or I'll just do it now. So I'm really good at putting up walls. If I put up a wall, I'm impenetrable. No one can get to me. I do this to Randall. I do it to my family. I did it to my ex-husband. I did it. I've had to do a lot of work to get to where I'm at. I'm not perfect. I'm always working on it. But something that I heard, and I don't remember where, was instead of putting up the wall in front of you, put up the wall behind you and use it to stabilize you so you stop backing up when you're afraid. Like, use that wall to make you stand taller and put it behind you instead of in front of you, because when you put it in front of you, people can't help. I wrote, like, your husband loves you. Start loving yourself. And then I wrote, I am empowered. I am worthy. I choose my perspective. I choose to live. I choose the light. Breathe. I'm alive. I'm making good choices. I get to do this life. My life is something to be proud of and happy about. I'm gonna eat well, go for a walk, do some schooling today, because everything is gonna be okay. I have to write this for myself sometimes to make myself feel better. Like, when I say you need to act how you want to feel, that's what I'm talking about. I did not want to be depressed. Just like, I mean, there are days when I'm wallowing in it, and that it's so unproductive and so, you know, now that I'm out of it, I look back and I'm like, why did I do that? Why did I waste these precious moments being like under the covers in the middle of the day when it's beautiful outside? But that is depression. But this is part of the, I wouldn't say cure because it's always there, but this is the work, guys. This is the work that you have to do. You have to help pull yourself out of it, because at the end of the day, you are responsible for your happiness. You're the only one that's going to fix you. I'm ranting. I'm so sorry, but this is why I do the daily work. This is why I'm trying to help other people. For one, it keeps me accountable, and two, I know how to do it. It's not easy, and I can help people. And if I can't help you, I can refer you to a counselor or a doctor, a nutritionist, dietitian, someone that's more advanced than I am, but I can give you the first stepping stone. Or if you're already working with a doctor, a dietitian, a counselor, you can tell them that you know a health or life coach, and that we can all work together as a group to help you get the life that you want. If you need more tools, they are out there. There are resources, and I'm one of them. And I am one of them because I'm walking that walk every day. I'm here for you. You are not alone, and you can get through the depression. And if you don't have depression, maybe you know someone that does. Maybe I can help them, or maybe you can help them by simply just being there and letting them know that they're not alone and that they're gonna be okay, and to help them be more productive. Like, that's all it takes is like, okay, what are the problems? What do you want? What might stand in your way? How can we get through that together? This is the longest video I've ever filmed, and it is quite the overshare, and I hope it does help someone and that this doesn't go like unnoticed, because depression seems to be more and more prevalent, especially in people like around me. I see a lot of more people of my age having depression, and I don't know if it's just because we're more open or because of the exposure that we have to other people who have perfect lives. And like, I'm guilty of that too, only portraying a certain kind of life on Instagram, but not here, not at Wild Wellness. I want everyone to know the real me. Like, I feel like my clients at the salon know the real me. They have seen my ups and downs. But for those of you who are new, this is me. Hi, I'm Rebecca at Wild Wellness, and I want to help people be their best selves. All right, so I have talked enough. I have dinner in the oven, and I just hope that you can breathe, take some time, feel better. And if you need help, you have resources. Please, 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 please. If you're on medicine, please take your medicine. If you're talking to a counselor, please keep doing that. And please reach out if you need me. I'm all frazzled now. Okay, have a good day, have a good night, whatever time you're watching this, and just know if you are sad and you are depressed, you're not alone, and things can get better. You just have to work to see happiness in the world, to be that happiness. Like, walk the walk, talk the talk, live the life. Keep working on it. Life is worth it. Life is beautiful. You are beautiful.